Breaking news as protesters continue to march through Nashville. They are protesting the grand jury's decision not to indict Officer Darren Wilson. Fox 17's Sky Arnold live on the east side of the city right now. What's going on, Sky?
Well, Stacey, we are just off Shelby Street, just on the other side, the east side, if you will, of I-24. And once you look behind me, this is a crowd that has basically splintered off from the main group that was rallying downtown a little earlier at the Criminal Justice Center. Now, they have been basically just walking around through parts of East Nashville, walking over the interstate. Police have had to shut down several streets over here just to make way for these demonstrators for safety reasons, obviously. Most notably, they've shut down portions of Shelby Street, which is a very busy street in East Nashville. Now, where this crowd is currently, they're right over by the James C. Casey homes. They've been trying to encourage people who live here to join in on the effort as they continue to march through East Nashville. Really, the question we have at this point is how much longer police are going to let them continue to do this, continue to block traffic. Let's go ahead and just listen to them for just a second. I'll kind of move the mic in. United we stand, divided we fall. Perhaps the crowd may be breaking down just a little bit, not sure. We're going to stay with them throughout the evening, just in case, just to see where this rally leads itself tonight. But for now, reporting live in East Nashville, Sky Arnold, Fox 17 News.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. Right now, Nashville protesters on the move, rallying in response to a Missouri grand jury's decision not to indict Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson.
This group started with a prayer vigil at the CJC, that's the Criminal Justice Building downtown, but quickly started marching through the streets when a smaller splinter group broke off and continued on here. Fox 17's Sky Arnold live with more from the scene right now.
Well, guys, I'm getting you a shot of something rather unusual that's happening. We're standing right here on I-24. If you notice, all these folks, they're just sitting, laying down in the middle of the interstate. Now, that has created something. Let's walk over here to show you. Excuse me, sir. Back there are a lot of vehicles. That's the traffic. People who would normally be driving on I-24. They obviously are not driving now. We've heard a number of horns honking back there, people getting a little frustrated. But the people who are involved with this, they say this is all for a purpose. Laying down in the interstate, they say that this is actually proving something. Joined with Teresa Pesanovsky, is one of the organizers of the event tonight. She's going to talk to us a little bit about it. Tell me, why block the interstate? What's the reason?
Because business cannot go on as usual, and we're showing the power of the people here, and that business cannot go on as usual. And if people don't believe and they're not going to accept the fact that Black Lives Matter, then we're going to bring that to their attention.
What are you feeling right now? What is this like, being a part of this group that's out marching?
I'm really proud of this group. A lot of people came together at some of the last minute because we were just waiting for the grand jury announcement. And I've been in Ferguson several times, and I wanted it to be a mobilization here. And so this has been really encouraging, and I'm hopeful.
Thank you very much. Now, the people you see here, they're actually part of a much larger group. There were several hundred demonstrators a little earlier tonight. They met at the Criminal Justice Center downtown. They marched down to Broadway and then proceeded to march, well, down the interstate, blocking it a little earlier tonight. This is actually the second time that they blocked the interstate, marching over into East Nashville through the James Casey homes, calling for people who live there to join them. Some of them did, and now they are basically marching back to the Criminal Justice Center, where we're told this demonstration for tonight will wrap up. We expect that to happen sometime in the next 30 minutes or so. For the time being, though, we're going to stay with them and keep reporting on what they're doing throughout the evening. For now, Sky Arnold reporting live from I-24, Fox 17 News.
Our top story, breaking news from downtown Nashville, where protesters are rallying in response to the Missouri grand jury decision.
Not only are they rallying here, but some of them are even lying down in the interstate, shutting down I-24 and blocking traffic. Fox 17 Sky Arnold live right now with the very latest.
Not at all.
Well, Scott, Stacy, I-24 remains blocked in both directions, but as you can see, there is one change since you saw us a little earlier tonight. All of those demonstrators, they're all back on their feet. They are continuing to rally here on I-24, showing, in their words, the power of the people, showing what people can do. I just talked to police just a few seconds ago. They told us, despite shutting down the interstate and shutting down a number of other streets around town like Shelby, they've actually had no problems with this demonstration. They say they haven't made a single arrest. And when I asked them why allow them to shut down the streets, the answer I got from police was authorities want to give them a chance to exercise their First Amendment rights and support them as they're exercising their First Amendment rights. Now, here's what's going to happen next. Now, we are in the westbound lane of I-24. They are about to cross. In fact, some are already crossed. Let's go ahead and get a shot of that if we can. Ryan, they're in the process of crossing from the westbound side of I-24 over to the eastbound side, and presumably they're going to take that eastbound side walking back to the Criminal Justice Center, which is several blocks, maybe about a mile, if even that, in that direction. Presumably that will give people traveling in the westbound side of I-24 an opportunity to reopen this section of the interstate. We mentioned a little earlier tonight, there are a lot of vehicles stopped in both directions of I-24. Some people were even getting frustrated, honking their horns. At least on this side of the interstate, it looks like their wait is about to be over. We'll bring it right back out here a little bit later in the evening, but for now, Sky Arnold reporting live. Back to you guys.
Give you another vantage point right now. You're taking a live look at I-24 and I-40 at the interstate there, where protesters have shut down part of the interstate. Fox 17's Megan O'Halloran will be live there in just a minute. Breaking news right now. Nashville protesters who started out at the Criminal Justice Center tonight have now gone mobile. They're on the move, rallying in response to the Ferguson grand jury's decision not to indict Officer Darren Wilson. Fox 17's Megan O'Halloran live there right now, where we understand the interstate was shut down. Is it still, Megan?
It still is, Stacy, and I can tell you drivers that don't know what's going on here right now seem very confused. But as you can see, there's a strong police presence in this area, rerouting traffic and keeping order. I did talk with a police officer here. He said as the night goes on, the number of protesters that are out seem to be dropping off. They don't know how long that this will continue throughout the night, but as you can see up here, just off Interstate Drive onto I-24 East and on I-40, traffic is at a standstill, and there are cars and drivers stuck on the interstate. Some of them are actually just trying to figure out what's going on. Police officers say that these protesters are putting themselves in danger, and as you can see, putting traffic really at a standstill. Again, I'm getting word. Actually, here they come. The protesters right behind me here. David, if we can zoom in right on the on-ramp, you can see they're marching this way. And we're getting word that they're heading back to the Criminal Justice Center. But live at what you're seeing right now on TV, and officers here that we've talked to say so far they haven't made any arrests and haven't seen any signs of violence. So this does seem to be a peaceful protest. Scott and Stacy.
Breaking news right now as homegrown protesters are on the move right now in East Nashville after shutting down Interstate 24 in both directions around Shelby Street.
We understand some of that traffic may be easing now, and the officers may be opening up parts of the interstate, Sky?
Yeah, look, just checking behind me. Looks like I-24 is back open in both directions. On the other hand, James Robertson Parkway, not the same story at all. Look behind me. We're having a moment of silence here. A number of the demonstrators are sitting down in the middle of the street, blocking traffic. This will probably be the last time that they end up blocking traffic tonight. We are only a couple blocks away from the Criminal Justice Center. That is where this demonstration is planned to end. And one would assume as soon as this moment here is over that they will be making their way back over there for what would be the final walk, if you will, of the evening. Throughout the evening, we've been talking to a number of people who are involved in this. One of them is Carell Compton. He's standing right next to me. Mr. Compton, you came down from Chicago, or do you live here in Nashville?
I live in Nashville, but I'm from Chicago. We got a similar fight with the streets in Chicago. You know, the youth is dying, black on black, police killing blacks, Mexican, Latinos, and white people. You know, it's going too far.
What's this been like for you tonight?
Every day it's been the struggle to survive under this type of oppression. You know, we don't make the guns or the drugs, but they in our community. And and you expect a positive outcome out of placing drugs and guns in the community. There's no positive outcomes. You got man killing man. And then when the police kill a man, there's a problem. But it should be a problem when a man kills another man, even without the police. So it's an all-around problem. This movement is not just for the justice from Mike Brown. This is justice for all, from the guns. It's pay up time,
I think we're all about to walk away here. I don't want to get hit by the traffic.
You all good.
Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure.
Hey, thank you, bro.
And once again, as you can see, the traffic, it's pretty much moving back towards the Criminal Justice Center. That would be the end of the rally once they make it there. Live downtown. Sky Arnold, Fox 17 News.
Sky, thank you. Right now, this is a live look at Interstate 24 from the TDOT SmartWay traffic camera right there on Shelby. This is a section of the interstate that 10 minutes ago was closed by the very protesters, some of which Sky was just talking to. The interstate back open now in both directions, but heavy volume that has been pent up for about 45 minutes.